now return to the illusion of choice. I don't know, this game feels like it's a lot more on rails than the other ones. Like, especially the second one. I don't remember much of it. I just remember that I made a lot of choices and then they all ended up being wrong. But this one just feels like there is no choice. Like, we're just following along in a story here, and my choices are just a little bit of difference in dialogue, but the story points, like the plot points, are all the same. Like, I can't fuck this up. You know, it might be a bad feeling to feel that way, but that's what it feels like. I mean, that last thing, the feeding deal. I mean, what was even the point? You know, I mean, what was even the point of it? It could have just said, yeah, you found someone, drank them, and then we moved on. Like, there was no actual point to me reading that story. There was an opportunity in there that they could have done that. You know, choose your victim and then a possible outcome. Maybe one of them was a really bad idea, like, you know, drinking the kid full of drugs. That could have had some consequences or something, or like you choose one who makes a scream and then, you know, now your threat level's up. Yeah, but it's just that it doesn't feel like there's consequence in this one. It's just, it's kind of bland, actually. It's boring, and man, is it a lot of reading. Whatever, anyway. Temporary haven. Wherever you go. Main quest. Let's quickly do the math. Deadly sunlight plus my clan's particularities equals a new spot to keep me from getting dusted. Just hope it's better than the last one, but honestly, with the chaos that keeps unfolding, any hideout will do. The apartment I scored thanks to the signs of our crew, wonder who left it there, Reynard, Jess, is thankfully much better than the dump I had to crash in back in the Bronx. It's clean, spacious, and sunproof, so at least I won't fry to a crisp while daydreaming. Not exactly my cozy RV, but hey, in a couple of nights I could get used to it. But we can't come back to it in a couple of nights. If it weren't for the damn near certainty that I'll turn into a pile of ash come sunset, that is. Lying in this queen-sized bed, hands laced behind my head, waiting for sleep to hit, my mind can't help but spiral around the shitstorm of the past few nights. Turns out there's more I don't know about Reynard than I do about Pedrick, and I've been Reynard's child for almost 2 freaking years. The embrace. Yeah, that's not a trip down memory lane I enjoy. Not just because it felt like getting ripped apart, but because it caught me off guard. I wasn't one of those poor sods whose entire existence revolved around becoming kindred. Slaved away as ghouls for decades, if not centuries, just for a chance at that one final kiss. To be honest, I had no desires or purpose back then, just drifting through life much like these nights, following impulses. Hit up that city. Now scratch that. Head to the other one. Swipe from that dude there. Scan that lady over there. Put on a show. Disappear. Live. I caught Reynard's eye at a music festival. I was really raking it in with sleights of hand, hustling the clueless out of their money. Rich kids were everywhere, dripping with cash and confidence, making my job a damn breeze. Just one day I made enough to cover my tickets 3 times over. It lasted until Reynard came along and decided to take me down a notch, exposing all my tricks, swindling me of my hard-earned money, humiliating me in front of my cash cows. Appropriate, we did that a few episodes ago, and then had the nerve to promise me some bright, shiny future with his gang. I told him to go to hell, obviously. I had it with assholes and had zero interest in joining a gang. Cruising alone across the country suited me just fine, or so I thought. Been years since I convinced myself that solitude meant freedom. But soon enough, whether I liked it or not, I learned a whole new meaning of freedom, one that went way beyond just being lonely. Because that very same night, Reynard spotted me in the crowd and decided to embrace me right under everyone's noses. No one even batted a freaking eye as he hauled my dying ass out of that festival. Man, I'm in a rotten mood today, and I gotta remind myself it's not all that bad. Those last 2 years with Reynard's coterie were better than a big chunk of my life. Turns out being part of a tight-knit group, a found family he calls it, can be pretty damn sweet. Not so much when the leader turns out to be a lying, dodging snake, though. That's a recent bombshell, with that merchandise not reaching the buyer, sudden antediluvian obsession, and being at the very top of the circulatory system hit list. God damn it, Reynard Castle, what the hell did you get yourself into? Meanwhile... Go on. Slow night, boss? He clearly detests it when I call him that. Why are we switching perspectives? This is weird. He clearly detests it when I call him that, but I keep tossing it his way every now and then. Who knows, maybe it'll rekindle some of that old buddy vibe we lost along the way. Not that I'm dying for it. It's just, he turns into a total snorefest once he flips on that professional switch. Handling the Callahan case the way I did, I knew it wouldn't exactly endear me to him. Turns out it might have cut him deeper than I ever thought it would. How many this time? Another 2. That's not his voice. A Duskborn and one of Ashling's fledglings. The way they were found, their last moments were far from pleasant, to say the least. This is absurd. We're sequestered here with a bunch of idiots, struggling to find common ground, pretending we have this mess handled. We can't let this continue, you know that. We have to crush this mob, snap their pitchforks, and smother their torches before everything spirals out of control. I mean, you're the sheriff. In my book, that's your shot to call. You've got plenty of backup in there. Honestly, I don't know what's holding you back. That's the fundamental difference between us. Unlike you, I still have a modicum of respect for the rules, even when they bind my hands to the choices of fools. Language. Thanks. There's that fiery glare again. I need to work on my timing, and he needs to sort out his anger issues. Do you mind if I intrude on this delightful conversation? Jesus, I hate when she pulls that Cheshire cat shit, popping out of thin air like that. What is it, Valerie? We might have identified the mastermind behind your locust swarm, as you so aptly put it. A mere glimpse of the file she hands Gadir has me reeling. Him? Seriously? Positive. But then, piecing things together, it makes perfect sense. The locusts would only rally under a supremely charismatic asshole. There's no asshole quite as magnetic as Aaron Fletcher. Ooh? Really? Really? I didn't put that in here? It just said it was updated. What was it updated with? My hideout got an upgrade this time, but at least a star, if not more. By at least a star, if not more. It sort of clashes with my gloomy thoughts about everything wrong with this unlife. Me, my coterie, and Reynard, of course. Is that it? Like, what? I wish it was a little bit more specific about what gets updated, especially since these goddamn dots don't go away when I look at the fucking profiles. Oh, and night. Wish to end the night. I have no choice. I mean, there's nothing else to do. Why would I say no? That's another thing. Like, the interface is freaking weird. It's like, do you want to end the night? Why wouldn't I? I can't do anything else. It'd be one thing if it was like, okay, here's a bunch of side quests you might do to finish off the night. Anyway. Night 4, December. 4 nights till New Year. The concept of sleep completely changes when you become one of us. You don't really get gently lulled by the warmth of Morpheus's embrace, more like tossed into dark, depthless waters where this cold suffocates you till you can't feel anything. Waking up doesn't exactly leave you rested, but it's not quite exhaustion either. More like a narrow escape from some fathomless and terrible threat. Which doesn't at all explain why I feel so fucking exhausted as I make my way to Pedrix, tuning out the lively chaos of New York street on a chilly December night. Even the city's festive lights scattered among the gray urban landscape can't lift my spirits, and neither can the delicate glimmer of the snow. Do vampires ever suffer from seasonal depression? Because it sure as hell feels like I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel here. Pedrick manages to blend in seamlessly with the scenery, in his fucking wild-ass shirt and belt and outfit there, yet I spot him from a block away near his haven. Uncharacteristically, both his hands are buried in his pockets, instead of fumbling with that lifeline ring of his. I mean, he could do that single-handedly, surely. His head is bowed, eyes aimlessly fixed on the pavement as usual. Let's make it weird. Let's get down to business. So, now that we're all here, how about heading straight to Hope? At first, he looks up at me with a touch of surprise, but quickly composes himself. Diving right in, aren't we? No point in beating around the bush. Very well. I hear Hope is rather busy these nights, so the sooner we approach her, the better. He swings open the passenger door with a flourish. Get in, please. A genuine chuckle escapes me. Playing the gallant tonight, huh? I slide into the seat as he rolls his eyes, and within moments we're speeding off, chasing a glimpse of hope for better days. Pedrick is a careful and focused driver. His gaze is locked on the road ahead, hands glued to the wheel, body stiff as a board. Maybe there's something to his crazy Malkavian nature, or there's voices in his head that help him anticipate all trouble on the road, because in spite of the notoriously bad traffic, he drives smoothly and surely, no jerky movements, no surprises. I like that. It makes me feel like I'm all by myself. I can relax, calm down the instincts that always steer me towards troubles. Today, I don't even bother him about his music taste. I just soak in the quiet hum of the engine and the muted bustle of New York on a snowy December night. It's Pedrick who breaks the silence first. About this meeting with Hope. It's of a rather clandestine nature. Oh yeah? Yes. All I have managed to establish is that someone at the Double Spiral will hand us further instructions. Further instructions? What the hell is that supposed to mean? Honestly, I'm just as unmoored as you are. Pinning down Hope's thoughts or predicting her next move is always a shot in the dark. All I can muster is a confused grunt. But inside, my thoughts are racing a mile a minute. Not gonna lie, it's draining. 4 nights on Reynard's tail and it feels like I'm running in circles. The clues so far? Big fat 0 from the Anarchs, a few scraps from Jess, dead-end chats with D'Angelo, and a nightmarish talk with Sansarique, all amounting to squat. All I can think of when I stare through the spotless window is that the circulatory system might be our actual last hope. Because... never mind. Lifeline Prelude. Interesting. The local security chief, Nastia was it? Decked out in what can only be described as K-pop cosplay, leads us through a long, dark room lined with massive servers covered in colorful blinking lights that vanish into the distance. In the oppressive silence, I can easily identify the soft purring of the servers whose fans spin relentlessly to churn the data out. The room's monotony is broken by the sharp clicking of a keyboard. At the far end of the space, a figure hunches over a desk decked in a faded maroon hoodie, with oversized noise-canceling headphones clamped over their ears. A barrage of arcane data races across the several screens before them. They remain eerily still, save for the rhythmic tap of their fingers. Nastia snaps her fingers to get my attention. Apparently Hope's extremely busy these days, but she'll spare us 5 minutes, in the cloud. She gestures towards a sleek, state-of-the-art VR headset resting on a nearby table. Pedrick shoots me a puzzled look, and I stifle a laugh. He moves to pick up the VR headset, but Nastia bats his hand away sternly and points at me, and she exits the room with echoing bootsteps. Pedrick and I exchange glances, and he gestures theatrically to the VR set. Settle in, then. Cool. Just, make sure I don't get digitally abducted or something, okay? His smirk flickers briefly. I slip on the headset, and the world around me plunges into darkness. The digital dreamscape unfolds before me in a swirl of pastel hues, slicing through an egregiously retro grid. I'm on the verge of scoffing at the tacky choice in visuals when suddenly the scene shifts into a deep, dark void, lit only by a distant spiraling glow. I don't know where it comes from, but an eerie sense of familiarity sends shivers down my virtual spine. Out of nowhere, a voice pierces the silence. Epo? Epo the anagram? Kali-Yuga. What brings you here to steal my precious time? I scan the void in search of her avatar, but she's nowhere to be seen. It'd be really funny if it just, was some absolutely dog shit, metaverse-looking cartoon avatar. Guest snuff enjoyer. Okay. You can't steal what's willingly offered. Soft chuckle echoes from behind me. I spin around, finding no one, just a fleeting caress down my back, as if I'm merely a screen for her display. Frustrated, I turn again, and finally her avatar materializes, serenely hovering just inches from me. Her appearance is laid back and yet ethereal, otherworldly, sane. It could just be my imagination playing tricks on me, but then again... Oh, I know exactly who you are. I just said your name a couple of seconds ago. I know everything about you, Kali-Yuga, Kaylee, California? Really? Is it possible for kindred to feel dizzy? I swear to God, it feels like my vitae's draining right out of my skull. The name's Kali in this unlife. California is dead. But you were Kali long before that, weren't you? Just a frightened little hippie's daughter, cavorting through the dark web, hidden behind a name that made you feel cool? Kali Yuga, war personified, conflict on legs. Do you think you've lived up to that ominous alias, California? Have you caused enough ruin, wreaking havoc with just a careless click? It must have felt good, having all this power over living beings and inanimate objects, deciding their fate with cold, calculated keystrokes. I know all your dirty little secrets, even those you left back at that music festival where California perished and Cali emerged from the flames of a dying phoenix. Feel like... I'm sure this is one of those, like, telling you the now so that you can unravel the then. Like, we'll probably learn a little bit more about Kali here, but it does feel like this is a character we should know. I hate when stuff does that. Even those trailing behind you, like sins in your endless repentance. Feels like I'm back in the forums, dealing with hordes of idiots who hide behind anonymous profiles and spout bullshit. God, I'm not going through that hell again. Doxing much, I see? What about your precious time, huh? Bet you cut the crap and drop some actual wisdom. Spit out where Reynard is and I'll disappear. What's up? Mic break? Dire packet loss? Oracle my ass. My nerves are shot and I'm on edge. The last thing I expect is a gentle tap on my shoulder. I flinch and spin around. Listen, what is this? VR ain't that good in 24. What are we doing here? It's like we're trying to do the cyberpunk, full body, shoots through your cortical nerves here, makes everything real. I flinch and spin around, half expecting to see her digital figure. If it's like vampire magic, then I get it, but what the hell is this? But all I see is the infinite dark. You can take off the headset now, Kali. Oh, because she touched her in real life. There we go. The real tangible version of Hope I see before me has her eyes glued to the phone in her hand and a bored expression on her face. There's a faded maroon hoodie over her shoulder, and a quick look at the now deserted desk confirms it. Really? Going all jigsaw on me like that? Seriously, I'm pissed. Doesn't even glance at me. Included on stuff like life, death, and scrambled eggs, but my knowledge on Red Ray Castle? Not so current since he flipped his shit. No clue where he's at or what he's up to. Yeah, tell me about it. Look, I'm just trying to figure out why he's at the top of the circulatory system's hit list. He's crazy, sure, but this is some serious shit. Oh, it's bigger than you think, but your little trip down their rabbit hole might just work out for both of us. For us both, as long as you snag some juicy intel from their database. Without looking up, she flicks her wrist and throws a small dongle at me. Make your way to the circulatory system's core, plug this sucker in. It'll slurp up the data without a peep. Basically untraceable, even to me. Which is bonkers, now that I think about it. Precious time, remember? Get it back to me and I'll dive into the goods. And hey, if there's anything juicy on Red Ray, I'll throw you a big meaty bone. Mean you'll let me in on the Reynard files? Potato, tomato. How do we get in? Sure, any kind of getting out, I guess, is probably not... we'll do the daredevil stunt, so getting out is... whatever. How do I get in? So this dongle snags the data. What's the plan for getting in? You're on your own there, sweetheart. B&E's are so not my jam. Still glued to her phone, she turns on her heel and nods. Pedrick. Hope. Pleasure as always. As she strides out of the server room, I start to seethe. Is that a Malkavian thing? Are all Malkavians this insufferable? He pauses for a moment, pondering my question as if it's worth serious consideration. We judge the entire clan based on one eccentric kindred. That mean all Ravnos are jerks? Not about to let him mock my struggling clan. Not that I care, really, but I'm definitely not missing an opportunity to throw it right back at him. Yeah, show me more than 2 of my kin, and let's find out. Right, I shouldn't have said that. On the inside, I'm reveling in this tiny victory. Guess the answer to his sarcastic query is a resounding hell yeah. I swat at him playfully as we leave the server room, ready for the next step of our caper. My mood shifts dramatically as soon as we buckle up in Pedrick's car and take off toward our goal. I feel almost numb, the way my brain buzzes with uncoordinated thoughts like a giant incomprehensible beehive. Out of the corner of my eye, I catch Pedrick throwing concerned glances my way before he decides to break the silence. Is everything okay? Yeah, it's just that I might not know Reynard as well as I thought I did. Circulatory system, the antediluvians, some enigmatic powerful backer. I'm not even sure who he is anymore, and it's not like I can just ask him right now. Pedrick absorbs my words, mulling over this thought in heavy silence. I get it. It's really unsettling to realize you don't truly know someone you thought you were close to. Guess the ticking clock isn't making things any easier, huh? It fucking doesn't, but cheers for the reminder. My apologies. Wasn't trying to add to your stress. Yeah, I get it. But hey, playfully smack his shoulder, forcing a smile through the strain. At least you won't be stuck with me much longer, right? His attention snaps from the road to me, his look one of unexpected irritation. You know I take no joy at the thought of hauling you before the Primogen Council should we fail to capture Castle. Swiftly turn my head away and look out the window. Well, I do now. A new journal entry. It's gotta be the nights, right? And aren't we on night 4 now? Dragging my life story through the mud pissed me off, but with Hope's slick little USB stick, we're gonna milk the circulatory system database dry. Fin you say so. Go through. Doubt it'll stay. Doubt it will stay. Okay, well, we'll end this one here, and I'll see you next time.